Hi, ladies and gentlemen. This is Stitchwork. There's, as you can tell, my hair is not doing what I want. It's basically screaming at me, basically saying, "Wash me," which I'll be doing in a little bit. There is a lot of reasons for what I'm gonna be saying in this video for right now. I've been saying that there's gonna be like a part 2 to some videos and stuff like that, but right now I'm just gonna let you guys know flat out right now that because I try to be honest with as many people as possible. I've been having a lot of issues with my medication, and I've been telling my med doctors that nothing is working. Basically, I'm suffering from quite a few disabilities, mental and physical. One, my knee, the joint that the kneecap does not fit into the joint that locks it in place and stays with the knee joints, so they move around every time I bend my knees, and it's very, very painful. It can either lock in place where I can't move my leg and I'll end up walking with a limp and it'll be stiff as a board, or I'll end up, because I have a problem with my joints. It could be my elbows one day, my wrists. I can wake up and put my foot down on the ground and actually sprain my ankle just by getting out of bed. It could be one ankle, it can be both ankles, and I can end up falling. And thank the gods, it's only one or the other ankle, not both at the same. It hasn't been like that for a while. I have fallen in the past and busted my nose. I've actually cushioned my fall by putting my hands and elbows in the way, but ended up busting up those, giving me rug burn or bruising my elbows really bad where I was had to bandage my elbows. I do most of my medical treatments to myself. I do not like going to the doctors unless it's very necessary. If I can do my own bandaging or do my own treatments, I do. I used to check my own sugar with the meter all the time to make sure my sugar was regulated and made sure that it wasn't high or too low. But now I don't have a meter anymore, and so I have to try to figure out how to get one as soon as possible. Also, I am overweight. I'm more top heavy than anything. My stomach is hanging and it causes a lot of problems. Um, it's from losing weight and gaining weight and losing weight, which is also caused by my eating disorder that I have. I have bulimia, and I had it real bad over 6 years ago, where I was actually a vegetable in bed. I threatened my girlfriend and my sister, my twin, not the one that lives with me. That's my younger sister, my youngest. She's the baby out of the girls. But my twin, Bethany, and my sort of on and off again girlfriend, Kim, was living with me, and I wrote a letter before going to bed that night. I knew I wasn't feeling well, so I went to bed early, and I took my medication, drank some soda, and went to bed. And the next day, I was white as a bed sheet, and my freckles were not able to be seen. I had massive freckles all over my face, and they weren't able to be seen. It was like connect a dot one day and then all of a sudden, where the fuck did they go? You know? And I told them in a letter, and I sealed it with a pricked finger. I pricked my finger and did it with my with my print. That's the way I do seals. I don't do them with an S or something with wax. I really don't do things like that because of the way I am. The way I am is I seal things with my blood. And anybody that touches it knows that if you're not the right person, don't fucking touch it. And so my girlfriend picked it up, noticed it was my thumbprint, because one of my fingers does not have a actual fingerprint, like a design, like a print, an actual design on your finger. And she noticed it didn't have a print. And so she opened it, read it, was very alarmed, and she was, I guess she told me she was shaking me and smacking me in the face. I'm not going to get too much into detail with that because there's some stuff that children should not hear from adults that some people understand, and all I can say is kinky. Okay? Some people enjoy certain things and some people don't, but I was out. I couldn't open my eyes. I couldn't cry. I couldn't talk. I couldn't breathe right. I did have my machine on, my CPAP, so I was breathing. My pulse was very low. I couldn't have food or water or anything touch my lips. Otherwise, I started basically convulsing and throwing up. So for 3 months straight, I was like this. And she had to drag me in and out of the bathroom. And that's about it. But then I got better, and then I started putting on weight again, and I started hating myself again. Eating disorders are not the way to go, people. If you want to lose weight, exercise, eat healthy, and if it's still not working, for a nutritionist and a doctor to find a way to help. My twin has actually lost weight, started eating healthy years ago, actually. Well, not years ago, but probably a year ago, and she's still doing good and everything. She slowed down, she started drinking soda again and putting on a little bit of weight, but she burns it off again by walking everywhere she goes, a lot of places. So she's going through gastric bypass surgery, and I'll be there to be there with her because I want to make sure she's safe, and she's my twin. I don't want nothing to harm her, nobody to harm her, and if I find out anything does happen wrong, that I will take down anybody in my path, and they'll end up with more pain than what they did to her. Because that's what I do. If they hurt anybody closest to me, such as my twin, they will feel my wrath. And believe me, karma will not stop me. Karma will not stop me. If somebody hurts the closest thing that means more to me than the world, twins have a bond, a sacred bond that nobody can understand even to this day. We even had a language of our own when we were little that only the two of us understood. It wasn't no pig Latin or anything like that, so you can hold off in the comments about that. It was no pig Latin. But me and her were inseparable until we got older, and she started dating people and stuff like that, and moving in with them and leaving me behind. But I can understand where she's coming from, you know. But now she lives on her own, and it scares me a lot. I gave her a pocket knife to carry on her, and an LED light to light her way, you know. And I always call her a lot during the day, afternoon, night, to make sure everything's okay. I'm just really overprotective of her. And sometimes we argue, yes, but that's what twins do. They argue, they fight, they bicker. But me and her, we've even had a physical fight where we both ended up hurt, but I was mostly hurt because my ear was bleeding because of her. And, she means everything to me, and I don't want anything to happen to her. And I hope my grandmother will be able to take me to where she's having her surgery, which is this month. And, it's the 22nd of this month. And I'll ask my grandmother when it gets probably on the 20th. I'll ask my grandmother if she can take me, or the 22nd. Wait, oh, it's on the 22nd that her surgery is. And I'll probably ask my grandmother if I can go because I was there for her ovary operation and I knew something was wrong. And I was right, she ended up bleeding a lot because of all the weight that she put on. And the doctors had to push away so much flesh and fat and fatty tissue and stuff, and she was bleeding. And nobody believed me, and I was actually right. And my mother knew I was right, and she started crying in the waiting room. And I stood there for a full hour and 45 minutes after, while the surgery was going on, and everybody tried to get me to sit down, and nobody could get me to sit down. And people came in that weren't related to us, that my brother involved in his family, that just stood there and smiled at me, and I took out my pocket knife and hid it from anybody that's staff of the doctors, and I shined it at him, and I said, if you do not get the hell away from my family, you motherfucker, you will die right here in the hospital. They will not have a chance to fucking save your life. Get out of here. Because he threatened me with a gun and asked me if I wanted to die. Would you rather die or live? He said to me with the gun to my head, and I thought he was a friend of mine. But now he's friends with my brother and his family. His little girls are his god kids. My brother had the nerve to make him a godparent, and he threatened his own. My brother allowed this man to become relative to our family by placing him as a godfather to his two daughters. And now there's a third one coming on the way. And now all of a sudden he's a godparent? Really, Mark? Think about it. Don't act stupid. Okay? Maybe this happened when you were drunk? I don't know. Because this guy threatened your sister's life and you made him a godparent. Wow, that's really smart. Using your real noodle there. And you have quite an IQ too. So why didn't you use it? The second part, it's already past 13 minutes and I hope this uploads. But I'm gonna make a video for tomorrow because there is quite a bit of stuff going on in my life that has been spiraling out of control, and it's leading into my artwork, and it's not good. My artwork depicts my moods, and lately I've been drawing. Just today, I drew a picture that I still scratch my head at. Like, what did I just draw? I just drew a Pokemon that's dead but is alive, like a zombie, with its spine showing, it clawing at its ears, and it's a Pokemon, one of the Pokemon Eons, that one of them that I love. It's a Flareon that I love Pokemon Eons, and I love these special kinds of Eevees, evolutions, and I'm drawing them corrupted. Why am I doing this? I don't know why. And I don't know why I'm doing this. But I'll show you the picture when it's done tomorrow. It's already traced and done with a gel pen to Its eyes are rolling in the back of its head. It's got red cracked eyes. I haven't even colored it in yet, but I'm going to do it tomorrow. It's a kind of picture you look at, get scared of, and want to burn because you don't want its negative energy just filling up your life. But I keep my pictures a lot because I reflect on them. I look at them and I see what I'm doing with my life and how to better it. But I hope that this picture does not ruin my art career or any part of my life. And I hope I do better. And I hope I get better mentally, because if I can't get better at anything in life, I'm just going to crash and burn. And my life will just follow. And I don't want that. And I want you guys to know that I'm going to be okay tonight. And I love all of you guys. So please comment down below. Try to give me some helpful hints on dealing with this crap, because my medicine is not working. And I don't want to end up hurting anybody or myself. And I don't know why my brain is functioning like this now. And I've been taking my medicine, and I've been telling the doctors, and they just don't listen to me. And it's actually driving me worse and worse into the darkness, and I don't want to. I don't want to be that way. I want to be happy and everything. I might re-edit this video because it's going to be 17 minutes. So I'll try to do my best. Bye guys. Thank you for listening.